And some of you might have already figured this out because Elon...
The truth behind this video.
Hey, they laughing, but how is it this much fried?
How to stop thinking.
These people, they don't understand that you're breaking their generational curses. Of course you look crazy to them. Of course you look like a psycho. Because you're breaking their generational curses. And they're trapped there and they're never going to change. It's really sad that they can't see this. They're sitting there in their little matrix world. They're comfortable there. And you're the crazy one. You're the crazy one because you're breaking their generational curses. And they want to latch onto your aura and energy. And because you're ready to let them go, they can't stand it. But baby, we're moving on. We're not breaking your generational curses no more. They're your own curses. Do it yourself.
This is why it's wonderful being a goon. We're breaking all the curses. There's no curses that we can't not fight. Hey, welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Are you transcending with us? Let's see. Let's see. We got more creepy For You page content. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
People who vibrate higher often end up in isolation right before they're ready to quantum leap their impact and income. Because the quickest way to expand is in the void. When you don't have anyone or anything around you affirming your old identity, that survival version of you, you have no other choice but to expand. So the quickest way for you to become the person that you are meant to be and fulfill your higher purpose is by deeply connecting to your soul and your internal world. So in order for this new version of you to be born, you have to spend time alone. And the longer you're in isolation, the greater the transformation. So stop thinking that something's going wrong and start asking yourself, what do I need to change about myself to create my next level of abundance and impact? So start claiming your new identity today, and you will say hello to a brand new life with more abundance and more impact than you could ever imagine.
Oh man, this is like the other video, the first video where the lady's like, hey, you know, sometimes you gotta let go. Sometimes the people don't want to wake up. Sometimes you gotta leap by yourself. And don't worry, there'll be other versions of us in that realm or timeline as well. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. The goon's always going to be with you everywhere you go. That is the goal.
From now to all the way to the beginning of February, Jupiter is retrograding. What this means is the inner work. This is the time. This is the time for you to go all in to be the person that you need to be for your manifestations. This is looking from within, changing things from within. Now, if you look up within where Jupiter is transiting from, what house it's going to be in, you can really see within what parts of your life are going to have more of that energy. Now, for all of us, there's going to be a feeling. This started on the 9th of just more of that deeper inner work. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling that. If you're feeling that call to change things up. If you've just been feeling more of, okay, something's changing within myself. It is wild to me. No matter what, we still have the destiny to change, create. Our energy is always there. But astrologically, the Schumann resonance, solar, like the energies of our entire universe are always playing a part within our mind, pushing that vibration, pushing that frequency. It's very interesting because in the last 2 days here, there's been a lot of groundbreaking new ideas for myself, new thoughts of, hey, I should pick up this. I should try that. I should add this. Maybe that's what I want to do. It's freaking wild.
Okay, interesting. I guess this is the time to try new things if you need to. Hey, regardless, we all gonna hop together.
If you decide, you don't have to know how. All you have to do is close your eyes and go into your heart and say, God, I don't know how, but I want to find my highest self. I want to find my true power. I'm not in a place where I could even know what the first step is. I'm not in a space where I even have the energy or the courage to take the first step. So I'm going to ask you to please take it for me. Make it evidently clear. And once I see it, I will follow your path. And you watch what happens.
I love that. Follow your intuition. Follow the guidance that you seek or ask for. Yeah. Hey, the universe will align itself to show you the path.
Hey, this is where I live. I live in the woods. And I don't have one wild animal friend. Not one crow that's ever brought me a shiny object, and not for lack of trying. Caw, 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 caw. Nothing. I have never had a mama deer beckon me into the woods to come help her with her baby that's caught into a fence. No moose needs me. Not even a squirrel. Not even a squirrel crawling up me and feeding off of me. Nothing. Do I have bad energy? Are my vibes not high enough to have a wild animal friend? Like, I don't understand what's wrong with me.
Okay, I guess this lady is making comedy. I just realized it says Tony Nagy comedy. Interesting. Okay, I was thinking this lady was actually making real content, but now she's just making fun of things. Very interesting. I feel like it's not bad energy. It's just, never mind. Never mind. The animals don't want to interact with humans. They got better things to interact with.
So it's looking like the future's going to look a little different than we thought. No flying cars. Like, where are they going? People don't really work anymore. We're going to look back on our futuristic photos and think, how silly. We thought we were going to stay busy. I had no idea. In my mind, you're still doing. You're still working. It feels like we should get to play in an abundant world, at least for 100 years. That's what I would like. But what I'm getting is that, and I can tap into higher conscious information. And I also have a passion for the evolution of humanity, and I want to know how this all adds up, because the whole story is very logical. That's what's cool about spirituality. You're going to discover it is logical. And we created a very logical ladder to get back home. The daring ones could do it, ascend, if you really wanted to, but most of us were just going to crawl up the logic ladder until we ascend. Now, Bashar popped into my head and he said, never has this happened where a whole planet has gone all at once. I thought, what does he mean? Because Atlantis was quite possibly a civilization that ascended. You can have one person ascend, you can have a whole city ascend, and you can have a whole planet.
Wow, I love this. All the goons, we're all gonna ascend together. It's all gonna happen. You'll see. You'll see.
We're just packing to go to Glastonbury tomorrow, and it literally feels like we're walking through the portal of New Earth. And I was just telling Saman, the last time I felt this was in 2020 Lionsgate, 4 years ago, when we were guided in August to leave our house in Toronto, Canada. We did not know that we were being guided to go to Costa Rica and that we would never go back to Toronto. And I can never forget when we left Toronto, we were sitting in the taxi to go to the airport and whatnot. I felt this current, I felt this energy that was just around us, surrounding us. It felt very angelic. It felt like the solar flash, to be very honest. And we would just like look at each other and say, what's going on? We didn't realize that we would never go back to Toronto. So that was a huge timeline jump for us. We set off on our divine mission. We started traveling the world. We started doing events. We did land healing. We did all kinds of, House of Ra was born. The New Earth Mystery School was born. Like literally we've sold our house online. And now that same portal has appeared again. We're just literally, I'll show you, packing our staffs and everything to take to Glastonbury. And I said, I'm feeling that same energy, like solar flashy kind of energy. It feels like once we leave our house tomorrow and go to London, like the whole timeline will shift. This is how we have packed our staffs. We're just packing everything, meditating, my staff's going here. So guys, whatever it is, we're walking through something huge, and we will just
I'm ready. I'm ready for this. All these videos are just like, it's gonna happen. You're either gonna do it alone or we're all gonna do it together. Goons, how you doing? How you doing? Are you ready for this portal? Are you ready? You know, when they told me back in 2020 April, they were like, hey, you're gonna have to be stuck inside your house and be hitting that like button through the entire month. I'm like, yo, my 420, wait, I'm sorry, ADHD. Hey, interact with the video. Do the things. YouTube trying to keep me down. Become a member. Support the channel. All right, we'll keep it going. TV gang, come on. Come on.
So I'm getting a little irritated lately in sessions. Every time I go to tell someone, okay, today I'm going to teach you how to use your gifts. This is how it's going to go. I get fucking interrupted by spirit who are like, it's not even gifts. Okay, fine, how would you describe it then? And I can understand where they're coming from, because from Spirit's perspective, you're just learning how to have a conversation with them. It's not a gift. Even though to humanity, especially those who have felt that cutoff from Spirit and the energy systems that flow, it can absolutely feel like the gift of knowledge, the gift of communication. So I'm trying to explain this to Spirit, and they're still fucking arguing with me. Which, I mean, that's fine. That's their prerogative. I get their perspective. But I do understand their perspective. They want to take away the grandioseness of it. They want to take away the belief system that some people have it and some don't. They want to take away the belief system that it's this thing that you have to be granted as opposed to something that's already a part of you. And as a Libra, I can see both sides and the pros and cons of both, and they both have merit and value, of course. So continue calling them whatever you want to call them, but let's keep in mind, this is a part of you that you're probably already using, but I'm just teaching you how to do it on purpose, on demand, and with far more depth for everyday life. Follow for more.
Yeah, I feel like this is true. Everyone can become spiritual. Everyone has the capability to do it. Hey, find your person if you need to find how to be in tune with that realm. I understand.
Are you really drawn to certain time periods in history and you want to know why? The answer is actually usually past lives. Whether it's ancient time periods, medieval, modern era, 1300s, 14, whatever it is, it usually indicates that that is a time period that we reincarnated the most. It doesn't always mean that we had the happiest lifetimes, but it's a time period that our soul remembers the most, which could mean positive experiences or maybe not. We can go really long periods without reincarnating. We aren't forced to reincarnate. Out of the thousands of clients I've read for, most of them come in having a specific time period that they're drawn to and they don't tell me. And then that's always almost the time period that I pull. Trust your intuition.
What if you're drawn to the future? I just want to get the singularity. I just want to do the things. Then again, I do like Renaissance fairs. Alright, my past life was a Renaissance fair. I was a peasant. I was just working the fabs, doing the things, helping the kingdom, and then they got... I'm sorry. Alright, we're gonna keep it going.
How are people just now talking about this? I'm never overthinking again after watching this video.
How to stop thinking. I just heard this advice and it blew my mind away. Literally. If you focus on the back of your brain, you're gonna stop thinking. So when you're thinking and overthinking, that's the front part. Go back. And when you go back, you take a vacation from yourself. You're finally free. No overthinking, no thinking at all. You're in the back.
Try this out right now. It works wonders. And if you're done overthinking, make sure to follow me on Twitch, JJDTM333, and subscribe on YouTube, JJDTM, and I'll see you guys there. Let's get it.
I tried this. I went to the back of my brain, and there was even crazier teddies, dark teddies. There were all kinds of crazy things happening back there. I'm going back to the front of my brain. I'm gonna try and use only 10% of my brain. Never mind. I should have never done this.
You know, people are like, are you a nighttime person or a morning person? I'm like, oh, you guys get like a whole section of the day, like a whole shift where you feel good. I'm like a 2:30 to 2:35 person. I get like 5 minutes where like I might be randomly driving somewhere and I'm like, wait, am I happy? No, I'm not.
Wait, what? So you're only happy? Nah, you stop it. You be happy whenever you want. You do your own judgment. Hey, there's balance. There's also negative things that happen that can make you feel sorrow. But my goal is to make sure you're happy. Are you happy watching these videos? Come on now.
Hey, they laughing, but how is it this much fried chicken in the world?
The average order at a Harold's Chicken on the south side of Chicago is 6 wings mild, fried hard, salt and pepper, barbecue sauce, and possibly hot sauce, depending on who you are. It takes 3 chickens to do that order. On a Saturday, one Saturday, they do 1,500 orders of 6 wings mild. What's 1,500 times 3?
A lot of chicken wings.
That's 4,500 chickens on one Saturday at one location. We ain't talking about Popeyes, KFC, Uncle Remus, Churches, and you see how big them Churches wings are. And then you got your mom and pop's chicken places, and you're right. So I'm saying you are killing about 3.7 million chickens
A month,
a day or a week.
In a day or a week? Oh my god, there's more chickens than there's are humans. Wait, what? I need to do more research, but that's a lot of chickens. That's a lot of chickens. The math ain't mathin', but the math is mathin' at the same time. They don't want us to know. They don't want us to know how many things they got in captivity.
I promise you, if you want to come off as the most confident and radiant person in any conversation you have, you need to learn this. Like, I promise you, the energy you're going to give off when you start to do this is going to be so attractive, so magnetic. It's going to change any room you walk into. And it's this. What you're going to do is you're going to let go entirely and completely of the need to be right, and instead embody a neutral energy when having conversations with other people. And an extension of that is you're going to learn how to hold two contradictory opinions at the same time. Let me tell you why this is so fucking profound. It's important to have beliefs, strong beliefs, opinions. It makes you who you are. But to be so attached to those beliefs that it gets you worked up or defensive is the least attractive thing. Because it shows that deep down you're actually insecure about that belief or insecure about something within yourself. A truly...
Wait, what? So I just have to give neutral energy and then I'm like accepted by everybody? I just won't... I'm trying to get confident here, all right? We're trying to get confident goons. Hey, be confident. Don't get all wishy-washy on me.
So it seems Elon misled everybody online with his robots. So if you were at the event where he was showcasing his Optimus and robo-taxis, you probably were not misled. But for everybody that was just online, we thought that the robots were acting on their own, as the robots would in your own home. Though it was a showcase, it seems as though they were being piloted by humans. And here's a guy at the event who was asking the robot how he was doing and if he was being piloted by a human, and though he did not respond right away, after being asked a second time, he let him know that on this day, they are all being piloted by humans.
I said, are you being remote controlled?
Today, I'm assisted by a human.
And some of you might have already figured this out because Elon wouldn't risk having all these robots malfunctioning on his big day. And we all know that the robots probably work and operate fine. That's not what I'm trying to say. But for us watching on the internet, it was not disclosed. It's part of why it went so viral and why we were all so impressed. But what do you guys think?
Oh man, I had no idea. I thought it was true AI and it was truly walking and everything, but I guess it was human assisted. How are we gonna know when they roll it out that they don't just have a human just plop in, you know, just like boop, oh, now I'm human assisted today. They have no idea. They think I'm AI. All right, I'm smarter then. We're gonna keep it going.
The truth behind this video.
Yeah, this video is real and cute, and the story behind it is a lot less cute. First things first, that is a beluga whale, and they're pretty much everything we thought dolphins were. Cute, friendly, not on the list with Weinstein. They're also incredibly intelligent, and one beluga started getting clout after people noticed that he was a little too comfortable around people. The beluga, who they named Vladimir, with an H, instead of being shy and avoiding people like usual, he would actually seek them out and even let them feed, pet, and take selfies with him. And as you can see here, he even returned a phone after a woman dropped it in the water. And that wasn't even the only time Vlad would go viral for something like that. There was another instance where he was recorded returning a guy's dropped GoPro. Y'all can't tell me he didn't just wave at that man. And a couple months after that, he was seen playing fetch with a rugby ball. But this wasn't just Vlad being cute, there's a good chance he was trained to do all this. We now believe that Vladimir the Beluga was actually a spy trained by the Russian government, and no, I am not kidding. And we say that because he was first found wearing a camera harness. Russians obviously denied it, but the harness literally said property of St. Petersburg on it, so you're not beating those allegations. But yeah, TLDR, spy whale escapes Russian Navy, travels to Norway, becomes a local and then worldwide celebrity, the more you know.
Oh man, that's so sad. That is truly sad, but I guess it's finds solace in humans and it's interacting with the humans. Yo, that crazy jungle lady or woods lady that's like, no wild animals talk to me, needs to go into the ocean and find fish that talk to her. She's gonna be our first. Never mind, we're gonna keep it going.
Life is not going to get better. I know we've been sold the concept that the house and the partner and the car and the dream vacations are going to make us happy. But ultimately, if you're suffering within yourself, you're going to carry that wherever you go, whoever you're with. It is not about the external things that you can acquire, but it's more about what's it looking like within your heart. The pleasures of incarnating in this physical realm is that it comes with a lot of energetic density, meaning there are so many emotions that we are not taught to properly navigate, and sometimes those emotions feel so fucking real. But I promise you that this physical experience is not as real as we think it is. I'm going to give you permission to be a victim of your circumstances for 5 minutes, and then you have to let it go. You have to let it go, because the longer you carry around with you that this happened to me, I'm miserable because of this, I'm miserable because of this person, you're going to be attached to that. Listen, if you need to do it for longer than 5 minutes, it's fine. Because sometimes being a victim feels good, right? Because it's our ego. If you feel like a victim for the things you're experiencing, it is because there's a part of your inner child that feels like it's on its own and it just wants love and affection and recognition. I don't know what your life has been like. I don't know what trauma you went through. You have my full compassion, because I know whichever type of trauma, it's enough to be traumatic. Like, they all count.
Hey, everyone deals with trauma on their own way. We're not here to deny that you've gone through it. But hey, you are loved. You found the goons. Understand there's more.
Barking with your dog might actually be beneficial. It's unhinged advice, but hear me out. A lot of times our dogs are barking at something, and then we're like, hey, hey, and that's exactly it. We're just barking at them. But if we're barking with them at that thing, we get on the same page, we're on the same team, and we're like, yeah, and then we can kind of walk away and de-escalate. Yeah, we did it. And then we reinforce for being on the same page. And then over time, we're like, yeah, and then we de-escalate faster, and we recovery time, we're doing good. And then over time, we get to the point where we see something, and our teammate's like, hey, I want to go. And we're like, no, we don't need to bark at that one. He's like, okay, yeah, I trust your judgment. You've never steered me wrong before. Because then if somebody creepy does walk up and they start barking, and we're like, no, yeah, we're barking at this one. We're on the same team, at least. And so you can kind of get on the same page with your dog with using their voice. Time and place.
All right, I don't own any animals. Well, I have fish, but aquarium. But I guess, hey, if you're trying to align with your dog and train it to be obedient or something, this is the way to do it. I'm assuming. Oh my God, there was one time I was at a dog park where I saw like a child barking at another dog that was barking at him, and that just made the dog more aggressive. So this is only for your own dogs, I would assume. Don't go doing this to other dogs. Hey, this dog's barking at me. Let me bark back at it. Nah, you're gonna get bit. You stop it.
Since I had done this successfully in the past, I figured that I would try it with my iguana. I collected as much saliva that I could and decided to send it to 23andMe to see what kind of results I'd get sent back. After a couple weeks, I headed to the mailbox to get the results. And I just can't believe that this actually worked. So I plugged the results into my computer, and as you can see, they tried to claim that my iguana, Henry, was Nigerian and Ghanaian and Senegambian. But they also said that he had about 8% of European blood. I don't know what the heck's going on here, but I'm going to keep trying this with my other animals.
Whoa, I mean, isn't like all DNA like 98% identical, and it's like the other 2% that's different that tells us which animal we are? Maybe this is normal. I don't know. I don't even know. This is crazy. I feel like 23andMe should first check if the sample's human before they even think, hey, we find evidence that this sample may not be of human origin, you know? Like, nah. All right, we're just gonna do one more to end them all.
I was 21 and dumb, and he thought it was hilarious. Anytime someone asks me, what is that? I lie, because it's humiliating.
Hair tattoo artist branded her with an embarrassing tattoo.
The tattoo removal feels like you're being with hot cooking oil while being tased at the same time.
My friend owns this tattoo shop. I told him I wanted crystals coming out the side of my face. He was like, oh no, that's gonna look so stupid. You should just trust me. You should just let me do what I want. So he tattoos my face, and I get to the mirror. As you can see by the look on my face, I was not amused. He's laughing. And he's like, do you want to know what it is?
He had the audacity to put this on her face.
That's what it is. That's what he put on my face. Do you get the big joke? Because I'm a that's the joke. Basically branding me as for the rest of my life.
All right. So sad that you had to go through this experience. Be careful who you trust. Don't just blindly walk into these places and just tell them to do whatever they want. Half the time they're going to put their lunch menu on you. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. Make sure you find reputable tattoo artists. There's plenty of tattoo artists in the Goon Gang. I know that. All right, guys. You guys made it to the end. Hey, how'd you do? A lot of interesting videos in this one talking about, hey, this new Earth that we are all going to transcend to, and all these things are going to happen. Potentially, I'll be here. All the goons are going to make it, so I know. All right, there should be videos on the screen now. Click on either one of them. Continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. Hey, if you made it to the end, do let me know as well. Let me see. What do we got? Muscle cars. That's what we're going to do. Muscle cars. Literally type that in. I'll know what it means. I'll know what it means if you type it in. Okay? Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wake up.